Morning everyone, I'm back to novel reading, or the beginnings and blurbs of my novels, and this time it's the turn of my gay thriller, A Dangerous Man. This is a dark psychological thriller about art, love and obsession, and it's set in London, and London is very much a main theme of the book. Here's the blurb. Michael Jones, a young gay artist and part-time hooker, will do anything to stage his first exhibition. When he falls in love with rich financier Jack Hutchinson, he seems set to achieve his goal. But as Michael becomes caught between the unforgiving territory of Smoky Bar Hackney and the green garden luxury of upper-class London, the consequences of his uncompromising pursuit leave him having to fight for all he holds dear, and in the only way he knows how. That's the blurb, and here's the beginning of A Dangerous Man. Chapter 1, February. Late as usual, I clattered along the magnolia hallway of our overcrowded flat, finding Paul still in the kitchen. He gave me a dirty grin from next to the dishwasher, which wasn't surprising since I'd spent a couple of hours the previous night giving him a good time. Not one of my best decisions ever, but it kept the rent low. Joe, our landlord and Paul's lover, wasn't there, of course. He was out wheeling and dealing with a load of arty types in Italy. But if he knew what went on, well, I didn't know what he'd do, but it wouldn't be good. Hey there, Mikey, how's tricks? Paul stood up, his gut swelling the belt of his chinos and his round face lined with sweat in spite of the cold. Okay? He gazed at me for a moment as if expecting something else, but I'd never been much of a one for chatting to men I'd slept with. Besides, I hated being called Mikey. It reminded me of home, but I wouldn't tell him that. It would give him too much power. Enjoy last night then, he said at last. I shrugged. Sure, it was fine. More than fine, don't you think? That's understating it, isn't it? It was marvellous, and you know it. It was far too early in the day to cope with enthusiasm, and in any case, last night hadn't set my blood on fire. Yeah, Paul went on, as the sound of kids yelling burst in from the street outside. The thing about you is you're so good at it. God knows where you learned that stuff from. Do you know what? With his last question, he faced me, his grin turning sly. What? I said, though I wasn't interested in his answer. You've done this before, haven't you? I laughed. No, not like that, Mikey. Paul folded his arms and pursed his lips. I mean, you've done it for money. Haven't you? Don't be stupid, I don't do it for money with you. You call paying less rent to Joe because I'm paying the extra, not doing it for cash? No, I didn't, as a matter of fact. Paul may have thought he was making me into a real-life rent boy in downtown Hackney, if you could call a 24-year-old a boy. But it didn't count until you held the notes in your fist. Everyone knew that. But still, there were streets where I lived, and beyond, the East End for one, maybe Soho on a good day, which knew the shape of my stride and the colour of my flesh. Mikey? Paul prompted. Just leave it, I said. That's the beginning of my gay thriller, A Dangerous Man. Hope you enjoyed that read and have a great day. Bye.